What's up, everybody? I'm here with my lovely girlfriend, the Groovy Goddess. Follow her on TikTok. We are going to talk about our trip to Alaska that we went on in January. Yes, couldn't. Hold the mic up to your mouth. Say hello to the people.
Hi.
She's nervous. She's never.
No, I'm not nervous.
Okay. She's never done a podcast before. This is her first appearance of many. But yeah, so we decided we were going to go to Alaska for vacation. We chose a very cold month to go to Alaska. It was like, I think the highest it went up to was 8 degrees. And it went down to like, what, -11?
It felt like 30 degrees.
Yeah, because there's no wind. You got to speak into the mic.
It felt 30 degrees. Like, I was told by my family I was going to get frostbite and die. But the second I got there, I was like, oh, it's like winter.
Like, there was no wind. Like, the air was really still. Like, that was nice, because, like, the wind is what gets you. Like, at work today, it was probably, like, 45, maybe 50. But it was windy as fuck, so, like, I was freezing. Because, like, it felt like 30. But, yeah, so Alaska was a lot of fun. We're going to tell you some of our stories. Started the airport experience by taking a couple little helpers to get me through and relax me a little bit, mixed with some good amount of Tito's, because it's the only way to fly. If you're not drunk when you're on an airplane, then what the fuck are you doing? Like, who flies sober? Like, if that shit goes down, I don't want to die, like, just sitting there freaking out. Like, at least if I'm drunk and that shit's going down, I'm like, all right, I guess this is how it ends.
You should have got kicked off.
I was so chill. I did nothing wrong. That little fucking kid should have got kicked off. Kept climbing around and staring at us. Yeah, what was he, waving at you the whole time?
Yeah, he was staring at me.
He was very interested.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like they should make a flight with no children under, like, 15.
Yeah,
no, 18,
that should be an option.
Yeah.
Like,
and, like, a smoking...
I wish you could still smoke on airplanes. That's one thing I'm so mad I missed out on, like based on when I was born. Like,
I mean, if you're slick enough, you could still do it. But
well, yeah, we were fucking ripping these things on the plane. Like, who's the fuck's gonna notice? You weren't slick at all. I looked over. All right, so on the flight back, we weren't sitting together for the last section, but I look over and she's just like not trying to hide it. Like,
like, what are they gonna do? Drop me off in the middle of the sea? Like, you can't kick me off.
But yeah, so it was what, like 12 hours worth of traveling? 13?
I have no clue.
So we flew from JFK to Seattle and then hung out in Seattle for a bit, and our flight was delayed in Seattle because of the rain. But was it from Seattle to Fairbanks that we ended up, like, we got there before we were supposed to, even though we were delayed? Or something like that? Like, we were ahead of schedule?
I don't know. The time was weird.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what was going on because like, you go from JFK to Seattle and the time changes once you get there. Like, it's a different time zone. But then it's also another different time zone when you get to Alaska. So, like, you kind of had no idea what the fuck is going on. But, so then, like, finally get to Fairbanks. It's 1 o'clock in the morning there. I don't even know what time it was here.
I don't know, probably like 3, maybe.
I don't know. It was... I honestly don't know what the time difference was. I cannot remember. But I go to, like, get the rental car, and so first of all, I'm an idiot, and I forgot, like, yes, we're leaving on the 6th, but we're getting there on the 7th. So I'm 24 hours late to pick up the rental car. But then there's just no one working at, like, where we're supposed to get our rental car. So there's no way for us to get our car. And it was either, like, sit in the airport till that...
And, like, fall asleep, which I'm not doing, because it's...
Yeah, just, like, sleep at baggage claim while we wait for...
While you're already feeling gross.
Yeah.
From that long-ass flight.
Oh, my God. Being on a plane that long, like...
Yeah, the planes get really musty.
Yeah, really musty.
Like, it's like people don't shower before they take a flight. And they have the worst etiquette. Like, they'll take off their shoes, they'll cough on the windows.
Honestly, I kind of envy the people who have the balls to take off their shoes.
Why?
Like, I'll take my shoes off in a movie theater. Like, I don't go fuck anymore. Every day she finds out something new and gross about me. But I honestly, I wanted to take my shoes off really badly on that plane. Because, like, I was just like, no. Like, my feet get uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable, like, being stuck in that position. Like, I need to, like, y'all need to start sending this shit to your friends so I can build this podcast up and start flying first class places. Because I am done with those fucking seats. You're all cramped. It sucks.
Yeah. I feel like at that point, I would just fly Spirit. Like, I might become a Spirit, but
I will never fly cheap. Spirit.
But at the same time, they'll charge you like $1,000 for your suitcase or whatever.
Yeah, I'm never gonna charge.
But it's like
Spirit.
$40 for a round trip to Miami. Like,
but it's still like you're gonna die if you fly Spirit. Like, there, I think the Spirit, like, you're more likely to die than any other plane. I just don't trust it. Anything
it's
that
just shitty service. You're not gonna die.
Shitty service. They're probably doing shitty maintenance on the plane. I was on an airplane once, coming back from a trip with Boy Scouts where the plane had to be manually started because the starter wasn't working, and I immediately was like, I don't want to be on this fucking plane. And that was, that was back when I was like 15, so I couldn't like get booze on the plane to like calm my nerves.
Why?
Like a service.
They don't card you. They don't card anybody.
A baby. You see what I looked like at 15. I looked 10.
I got drunk on the plane when I was 16 to Florida. Like, I sat away from my family, so they thought I was just like a single woman flying alone. I got like mad screwdrivers and billed it to my stepdad's card, I think, or whoever was paying. I don't know.
When me and Austin went to Colorado, we were pretty fucked up on the plane, and at one point I asked the flight attendant to send him a beer, and he just like, the lady went over and like handed him a beer. She's like, it's from that gentleman back there, and he turns around. I'm just like
those airplane cocktails are gross.
Well, that's why you gotta do what I do. You gotta get the nips, the little mini bottles, because you can bring 8 of them. You can bring as many as you can fit in a Ziploc bag. So you buy like 12 of them. You drink a bunch of them before you get to the airport, and then in your carry-on, you can have as many as you can fit in a Ziploc bag. And I know for a fact that the glass Tito's little nips, you can fit 8 in a sandwich bag. So,
does anybody ever wonder why like certain bags at airports always get checked? And like me, every single time I fly, they must have me in a database or something. Like,
I'm surprised I don't get checked. Like, literally, I look like I'm flying with drugs.
Yeah.
Like I got the dreads. I'm always wearing tie-dye. Like,
they're looking for other things. I don't really.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't know what they have in their system. But every single time they find something wrong with my bag.
Someone sent a bag back in my name when me and my family went to the Bahamas a few years ago. Someone sent a checked bag under my name back to the United States.
Don't they make those announcements like?
Well, we got like a notification and like a phone call.
Don't take any bag you don't know because it could be.
Well, we didn't take it. We didn't know it existed. I didn't have any checked luggage. I usually don't. Was it? We don't know. It was probably the guy I bought weed from in the Bahamas because I used WhatsApp to message him. It was shit weed too. But whatever. It was $10 for 2 grams. What am I gonna do? Complain? But yeah, so in Alaska, we ended up having to spend like $100 on an Uber to get, because it was a 30-minute drive from the airport to the cabin we were staying in.
Yeah, because the cabin was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
and
it was in the middle of the woods.
Fairbanks is already in the middle of nowhere, so that's really just in the wilderness.
So like the cabin was like a 10-minute drive off the highway into the woods.
Yeah.
And so it was like $100 Uber to get there. And then, like, I don't know, it's at this point, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. So, like, we hung out a little bit, went to bed, and the Wi-Fi didn't work. And so, like, we couldn't, like, watch anything before going to bed. But there was a box of DVDs, so we watched some fun movies while we were there.
Went to Walmart, got the...
Yeah, we went to Walmart. We went to Walmart like every day that we were there because it was like everything we went to, Walmart was going to be on our way back. So we always just like, do we need anything? Oh, we might as well stop and see if we need anything. Yeah. And we kept hitting that $5 bin of movies. That's Walmart's like best feature. The fact that they have the bin of DVDs for $5 each. Those are a game changer.
Alaska is just everything I pretty much expected it to be. Like, people-wise. Like, how you would imagine the people there, that's how they were. At least for me when I saw it. I don't know.
I feel like...
No one's in your business. Everyone... They're not overly friendly, like, when you would go, like, to the south, maybe. But they're just not in anyone's business.
I feel like they were friendlier than I expected them to be.
Yeah, but not overly friendly,
but
I feel.
I feel like they look less friendly than they are, but I think that's just because everyone's cold and it's dark all the time. So they're just like... They just need a little bit, like, warmth and sunlight. And they'll, like, look a little cheerful. But it was really beautiful there. We, what was the first thing we did was we went to the Santa Claus house, which was really cool.
So, previously, like years ago, I've always wanted to go to Alaska, so I kind of had this whole checklist of really cool things I wanted to see. And there was just this really cool tourist attraction of the official Santa Claus house, because it was in North Pole. So little kids would go and they'd be like, oh, this is where... Like the elves, yeah.
They had like a little Santa's workshop. They had Santa there.
Yeah.
They had like a section that had toys.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah, they had a lot of cool like souvenir stuff there too. I got a shot glass because I collect shot glasses. I got one for my sister because she does it too. You took a picture with Santa.
Yeah, he was probably so pissed off.
He's probably like, this fucking kid.
Yeah.
Like, this is a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for children.
Oh, well, you know.
They had a little bakery there, too. We never got anything there. We didn't end up getting that fudge, did we? We were planning on it. We're supposed to get candy canes and fudge. We did go up to Denali National Park. It was like, I think I was getting altitude sickness. That's why I was like all like feeling weird when we started trying to walk. Because like I started getting like a little lightheaded and shit when we were up there. But we saw the best view I've ever seen in my life, just on the way there. Like, we pulled over, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times to stop and, like, take pictures of, like, the view from the fucking highway. Like...
It's like the pictures you see of Alaska, they're not photoshopped. Like, it's really...
Like, yeah, like, it's just as good as what you see. I did like that everything was covered in snow the entire time.
Yeah.
Because, like, we didn't get much snow in the Northeast this year. So, like... I don't know. I love snow. Like, if it's going to be cold, like, at least give me some fucking snow. Like, it's nice to look at. I love sitting in, like, the first snowfall of the year, just, like, sitting out on, like, the front porch and just, like, getting high and watching it snow. And all bundled up. It's fucking great. It's one of my favorite things. What else did we do?
Like, my point of going to Alaska, I feel, was to kind of disconnect from everything. And sometimes I go on vacation and I want to have fun and chill.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was... Like, I kind of feel like we didn't have a plan and that was our plan.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, just go with the flow. A lot of cabin activities, camping activities.
Yeah. We saw a moose. I was so fucking excited to see a moose. Like, that was the only animal we saw besides that guy who brought his pit bull into Walmart. I wanted to pet that dog so badly. She looked so sweet.
Alaska?
What?
I thought that was in Stratford.
No, that was in Alaska. Oh, babe.
A lot. The Walmart in Alaska was so quiet. It was like, I've never been to a Walmart that wasn't chaotic. Like, I haven't been to a Walmart where someone isn't fighting or throwing shit or like causing a problem. And in Alaska, it was just so unsettlingly. How do you say it? Unsettlingly quiet. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it was. I liked how peaceful Alaska was. Like, even like the highway was like, there was very few cars.
It was very quiet.
Yeah.
But
like,
I don't know.
Our cabin was like, I don't know, it was so far off.
Yeah, and then you step outside and all you hear is the snow, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like snow in winter has a sound. I don't know how to explain it.
I feel like, especially like wet while it's snowing, like I wish it snowed, like actually like snowed while we were there. It did a little bit on the way back from Denali.
Yeah.
But you were asleep. I was driving. And
No, I wasn't.
Okay. But so I was driving and it's so cold that everything's like really dry. So like the snow that's coming is just like this like dust. And like it's all over the roads, but it's like a very thin layer, but all the cars driving in front of me were like kicking up all this dust. Like there was a few points where I legit just couldn't fucking see.
Yeah, you have to have a specific car to live in Alaska.
Yeah, so when I booked the rental car, I booked a 2-door, like a fucking coupe. And the lady was like, I see you booked a 2-door. She's like, you might want something better.
Yeah, duh.
But, yeah, they gave us, the Chevy Trax was pretty good. It handled itself pretty well.
It was the car.
Except every time we pulled into Walmart, I knew that there was a patch of ice, so I would just like turn the car sideways just for fun, because it's like going like 3 miles an hour, just slowly sliding around the turn. It's a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite things to do in the snow.
I really wish I tried the Alaska pizza. I feel like it would have tasted like school lunch pizza. That's what I was fearful of, but I read the reviews and I was like, oh, this is so good. It's like New York. But they say that everywhere.
Yeah, everybody fucking says that.
Like, I remember I went to New Orleans and the pizza shop was literally called New York Pizza.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste like New York pizza because they don't have the right water.
It tasted like microwave pizza that you'd get like for free at school.
Yeah.
It's like, why say New York if you're not going to cook that way?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, they try to make it the same way, but like there are places out in like California and shit where like they get New York water, like New York City water, shipped out to them.
What do you mean New York water?
Like the tap water from New York City that they use to make pizzas in New York City. Like they use that to make the dough. Like they'll get like a big container of like New York City tap water shipped to them to make their dough and like to cook with.
Why?
Because that's why our dough tastes so good. New York City's got some of the best like tap water there is. It's just the pipes are all gross. It's because that water comes from my fucking
better pizza. But that's a different conversation.
We're not gonna do that right here. But the thing is, like, the New York City tap water, you know the reservoir that you hate driving around, Titicus? That's where that water goes to New York City. Like, that's their drinking water.
What?
Yeah.
Everybody in New York City?
Well, no, that's not like that one reservoir doesn't supply like all of Manhattan and everything, but like that's the drinking water that they get. I could be wrong though. I'm like 90% sure though.
What's the ocean in New York City?
I don't fucking know.
That's supposedly you go into the ocean and like you'll die from like a flesh bacteria eating disease.
That sounds like the Hudson River. The Hudson River's gross.
That's where I thought you guys' tap water came from. Before I knew.
Oh jeez. Well, there's a lake in my town that like there was a point where like you could legit like light part of it on fire because it was like really polluted. It was really bad. Peach Lake was really gross at one point. I've never been in that lake and I don't think I ever will. Like I know they're cleaning it up and like they've been doing that for years, but I'll never go in that lake.
Yeah. I feel that way about Stanford beaches and Connecticut beaches. Cold. Like, where I live, you go in the beach water on the internet, it looks so cool. And then there's needles and gross things in the water.
When we went to New Haven, the part like where I parked the car at the hotel, there was a needle on the ground, like in front of the car.
Yeah, but why do that at the beach and throw it in the water? Well, and other things that are very inappropriate in the water. Just gross, very gross things.
Other, like, condoms and shit?
Used condoms. Like, I don't even know what. Like, gross stuff. Why don't you include that in your Google pictures?
Let's see. What else did we do?
The Chena Hills Hot Springs.
Yeah, the hot spring. Chena.
Yeah, Chena.
China.
I said Chena. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Well, we said it the entire week.
What is it?
Chena.
Okay, well,
the Chena Hot Springs.
It's like a natural hot tub, basically.
Yeah, the water was like hotter than I expected.
Very hot.
It was the best part was like my beard, like, and like all like my loose hairs from my dreads, like the tips of my dreads were all like covered in frost.
Because it was so eyebrows. Cold when it was outside. The second you got out of the water,
I think it was like -5 that night that we were there. That was like does that. The screen went black for a second. It does that sometimes because I'm not moving the mouse around. Because we're recording video on my laptop again because my phone is too full of stuff, so I can't use the little tripod I have to record on my phone. Audio is always through the laptop, but video I try to do through the phone so it looks a little better. But I feel like the video is not that important because you're really just here to listen to us. I'm not showing you anything. But the hot springs was really nice.
Yeah.
But I fucked up on the way there. Remember? I didn't have any gas.
Oh my god.
I didn't put gas in the rental car because I was just like, I'm sure there's a gas station somewhere near it. I didn't realize it was completely in the middle of nowhere. Like, we get there, and the car says...
You had to beg the people at the resort.
I didn't beg.
You had to. What were we going to do?
I just asked.
We would have been stranded there if you did it.
I didn't have to beg, though.
I was begging them.
You weren't saying anything. You were literally quiet the entire time.
In my head, I was, I guess, because I did not want to get stuck there.
Yeah,
I mean, it did seem cool,
But
though.
also, like, our flight left at 1 o'clock in the morning, and we were leaving there at, like, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and so, like, we get there, and I'm like, all right, this car has no fucking gas in it. So I asked the guy at the front desk, and he said that the activities cabin, like, go there, ask them. So, like, after we do the hot springs, it was freezing getting in. It was colder getting into them, like, walking, because, like, it's -5 degrees out, and, like, that hallway was really damp.
Yeah, and then when you get out, it actually feels good because the water's so hot.
But then they have, like, another indoor spot where they have, like, a hot tub. And, like, they have, like, 2 regular hot tubs, and then, like, there's an indoor section of the hot springs, too. So we sat and, like, warmed up a little bit between getting out of the hot springs and getting our clothes back on at the hot tub.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so after the hot springs, I go and I ask the person at the activities desk, and they had to call somebody. And this guy was just like, someone needs car help? I was like, yeah, so I have no gas, and, like, we have to get back to, like the middle of Fairbanks. Like, do you have gas I can have? He was like, yeah, where are you, parking lot? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll meet you out there. And I don't think he was going to charge me, honestly, for the gas. Because, like, he didn't seem to expect anything. He just put the gas in the car, put a good amount in, and then was, like, going to just walk away. And I was like, oh, I slipped him 20. He probably didn't. He probably just pocketed that.
Yeah.
But, like, I remember, like, I asked the guy at the front desk, like, where the nearest gas station was. He's like, well, the closest one is 30 miles from here. And it closes at, like, 7:30. Like, who closes a gas station at 7:30? People gotta drive places.
But what is there to do at night in Alaska?
I don't know. Maybe someone's gotta go get supplies or something. I don't know. Next time we go, we should stay at that resort, though, because they had a lot of cool activities I want to try.
Yeah.
Like, they had ice fishing, they had snowmobiling, dog sled riding. Like, they had, like, guided tours of the Northern Lights. We were there.
Yeah, we were chasing the Northern Lights the whole time.
We had, like, an app that, like, showed, like, where they were going and everything. It was
such a liar. It was getting me excited for no reason.
Well, the thing is, it was just too cloudy. If it hadn't been that cloudy, we probably would have seen them the entire time. Beautiful. We probably would have seen them every night if it wasn't so cloudy. It was cloudy the entire time we were there.
Like, just my luck. I spend all these years wanting to see it, and the one day I'm there, the 1 week, it's not out there. And then I see on YouTube a week before we came, all that footage of it. I don't know. We gotta
do, like, a lot of research and, like, find the best time to go for them. And then go somewhere.
We went during the best time.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
January is the best time?
Yeah. Until April.
Well, I'm sure there's, like, a specific month and year and, like, week.
It's when we went. That's why I chose that time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It said we had, like, an 80% chance of seeing it if we stayed for a week.
Well.
It was just cloudy.
Next time we maybe...
But we're going to see it. We are.
Let's have to stay for longer next time.
Or maybe next time we can go to, like... I don't know. Where do they see... Like, Finland or something? Or, like...
Maybe Norway?
Norway, yeah.
Something like that? I don't know.
Or Iceland or something.
Yeah. But, I mean, it was kind of exciting, like, running outside to check every time, like, we thought it might be out. One thing I did like about how dark it was, though, is that you get to see both sunrise and sunset. Like, even if you sleep late, like, you're still getting to catch the sunrise, and I love sunrises, so that was nice. we watched. I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Terrifier. That's a fucked up movie.
Don't watch it.
Terrifier, like just the first one is pretty brutal.
No, it's not. This one is just sick.
The second one, Terrifier 2, was really fucked up. Like there was a couple times where I had to look away.
It wasn't
which
even
doesn't
fucked
usually
up.
happen to me.
It was
happen
just
to me.
like gruesome.
Yeah,
like it was just vile. Like
was,
I was watching it, I wanted to vomit. It was so sick.
Yeah. There were a couple scenes where I was like, wow, like this is way worse than I was expecting.
I still don't understand what his deal is.
I'm pretty sure he's a demon. I think that's what it is.
Maybe he's just sick.
Well, like because like the girl has like the dream where he's like haunting her. So I feel like he's a demon.
But I feel like they should make new ideas with this kind of stuff. Like we already have Freddy Krueger, like why do we need a guy in our dreams? Why do we need an immortal demon? We got Michael Myers. Create something new.
I don't know. I think Art the Clown is from a few other things too, I think. There's other movies that have him in it besides Terrifier.
Isn't that just the clown from It, Pennywise?
No. They're two very different clowns. Oh my god.
I just don't remember him in a previous show except the other movie.
The other thing he was in is something I'd never heard of before. There was like one or two other movies that had him as one of the bad guys. I don't know. We did watch a good amount of movies because like, of course we did. I used the hotspot on my phone so we could watch Brother Bear, because like you can't go to Alaska and like not get high and watch Brother Bear. The weed was pretty good in Alaska.
Oh yeah.
Like they had low percentages, but I don't know if maybe it's just because like the elevation. Like it hit nicely. Like you got pretty stoned.
I've been thinking about that joint I got for every single day. I like wake up in the middle of the night and
what were the joints I got you?
I don't know. I think it was green crack.
No, green crack was just the flour I got us. I got us each like 2 grams of green crack or something like that.
I don't know. Whatever you got me, I dream about it every night.
Because I got you like a pack of pre-rolls, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
It was really good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
And I think it is the elevation or something up there.
Yeah, because
I think that in
shit
Alaska,
was like 15% and it was hitting really hard.
In Alaska, I think you have lower oxygen or something.
Yeah.
It's different than where we live.
Well, that's what it was like when I was in New Mexico. Like, we went to do a backpacking trek and like we couldn't, like we had to spend a day in Albuquerque to get acclimated to the, the elevation and stuff. But I was kind of hoping we'd see a bear, but like not like right up close and personal. Like I like bears, but I also like understand what they can do, so I am reasonably scared of them.
I'd prefer not to see them.
I mean, like if we're like driving and like there's like a bear like a little bit off to the side of the road, like stop, snag a picture real quick, keep driving.
Yeah, I just don't get why people antagonize wild creatures.
Well, yeah, those people are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I've seen enough videos on the internet of people getting attacked by wild animals.
Yeah.
Where like I'm like, why are you putting yourself in that situation?
When I was in Florida, I went kayaking and there was a bunch of alligators or crocodiles, whatever the hell they are. Gators. And there was this baby gator sitting on the side of this stream we were kayaking, and these two random people were like, what do you call the thing with the kayak?
The paddle.
The paddling towards it, and took the paddle stick and was like trying to poke it because it was cute to like take a picture. And I'm like, what the hell? And then the mother comes and like it's just like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
People are so stupid with wild animals because like.
Yeah.
Like even like a cute cuddly wild animal that's not technically a predator, like that thing might still fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was glad that like we were in a car to see a moose and it was like kind of running away from us, because like moose can be very aggressive. Like I remember, so I watched Alaska State Troopers one night. I was out staying at a friend's house, like everybody passed out, and like I just like sat there. I was like, I don't feel like going to sleep yet, and I just scrolled and I was like, all right, it's like 4:00 in the morning. I should go to bed. But I found Alaska State Troopers, so I was like, I'll watch this until I either see a moose.
What's that?
It's like Cops, but in Alaska.
Is it interesting? Is it just a bunch of meth labs and stuff?
It's kind of interesting because this one cop, he like, because there are parts of Alaska like you can't.
But what kind of crime do people do in Alaska usually?
I don't know. The first thing I saw, the very first thing was this lady called because there was an angry moose in her front yard and she couldn't leave her house. So the cop tries to like get the moose to get out of there. It attacks him, and he had to fucking shoot it because it was attacking him. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I told myself I'd either see something crazy or see a moose and then go to bed. But I've been watching this show for 3 minutes, and I saw something crazy with a moose. So I was like, well, now I'm going to have to keep watching because I need to see some more of this shit.
Isn't it funny, though, how certain parts of the country have animals that they're just weird with? Like the moose with Alaska, people from Alaska, and Florida with alligators.
Yeah.
It's like
people from like New
they're
York
doing
and
weird
deer.
shit with the alligators, like hitting them with a pan and putting them in the recycling bin.
Yeah, but people in Florida who like live there their whole lives, like grew up there, like to
Like,
them,
they do weird shit.
To them, like a gator getting into your shit is like a raccoon getting into our shit. Like we're just like, get the fuck out of here.
And they'll do weird stuff with the alligator, like
Well, that's like people in Australia with kangaroos. Like they're trying,
or like where they live, the buffaloes and stuff, like in the Midwest,
like the bison and shit.
and stuff. Yeah.
But like, oh my god, you ever see that video of the guy whose dog gets attacked by the kangaroo? The kangaroo's got his fucking dog in a headlock, and the guy comes over and like gets his dog free, and then punches the kangaroo in the face. The kangaroo's just standing there like, what the fuck?
I've seen a video of a guy squaring up with a kangaroo.
Did he get fucked up? Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, the kangaroos are crazy.
The kangaroo just punched him in the face.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
what?
Their feet have those like talons on them. They kick you in the chest. They might rip your fucking chest open.
What was God smoking when he created kangaroos? They're the most weirdest animals.
He decided to mix a rabbit and a deer and make them fucking jacked.
Or like a dude on steroids.
Hand me my water from inside my lunchbox. Thank you. Yeah, it's fine.
It's like there's no reason for it to be looking that cute, because when they're babies they're called joeys, right? So it's like, why do they look so cute, and then when they grow up they look like they overdosed on steroids? They're just so weird.
I think that's just some of the males. Like, I don't think the females get jacked like that.
They do, though, I feel.
Do they? I don't know.
Look big.
They're a large creature, kangaroos.
Yeah.
There's like that mini version of wallaby, and someone in my town had a pet wallaby when I was in high school.
Where did they get it? Australia?
I don't fucking know, but it got loose, and like for like years afterwards, people kept saying like, "Oh, I saw the wallaby." Like the wallaby sighting, and like, no, that fucking thing got ripped apart by coyotes like a day after it got out. There's no way that thing survived.
Wait, what's it called? A wallaby?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're like mini versions, and they're a little cuter.
Okay, that is not cute. What the hell is that?
I like wallabies. They're so funny looking.
He looks like a potato.
Yeah, that's why he's cute. He's a thick old boy. But yeah, people kept saying like, "Oh, I saw the wallaby for like 5 years." Like, shut the fuck up. No,
that
you
wallaby's
didn't.
probably dead by now. It can't
That
survive
wallaby
here.
probably died like a week after it got out.
Not even a week. Probably like a day.
It probably got killed the first night it was out by
they live in,
coyotes.
like-
We have a lot of coyotes in our town.
Yeah, they live in the sand probably.
I don't know.
Like a warm place. What are they gonna do in New York?
Yeah, I mean, it was like springtime when it got loose.
Yeah, but still.
But like, if that thing survived to the winter killed it. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way that thing survived. I finally took you to Sonic when we were in Alaska.
Yeah.
She wanted me to take her to Sonic, and then there was one in Alaska, so I was like, all right, we're right here. Let's go to Sonic. I didn't know their corn dogs were so fucking good.
Have you never been to Sonic?
I went one other time. I got a burger.
How do you go just one time? I would literally.
They're also like, I mean, there's never really been a Sonic near me.
Okay,
so when I was in Florida with Austin, like we stopped at Sonic before going to see the Jackass.
I would drive 45 minutes to a Sonic near my house. Like, I like Sonic. They need a Waffle House in Alaska.
Oh, I would love to see the fights in an Alaska Waffle House.
Or
because
like,
everybody would be like some like tough guy. Like,
what about a New York City Waffle House?
People would just be getting shot every day.
They'd close it down after a day.
They would have to close. Like, that would be so bad. Like, imagine Waffle House in the Bronx. Like, it would be terrible. There'd just be needles and bullet holes everywhere.
Oh my god. I think the closest one to us is Pennsylvania. I think it's like 2.5 hours.
I've only been to Waffle House once, and it was like right over the border, in because they don't have them in Delaware, but they have them like right past Delaware. Like maybe they have them in Pennsylvania.
I feel like our Waffle House is like Denny's.
Yeah, I feel like interesting shit doesn't happen at Denny's.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to Denny's. I'm a Cracker Barrel guy. Like we were a Cracker Barrel family growing up, so like we either went to an actual like a local diner or a Cracker Barrel.
I went to IHOP. I hate IHOP.
Is gas.
I don't like it. Their pancakes taste like cardboard.
Their chocolate chip pancakes, it's like getting fucking cake for breakfast. It's incredible.
No, it's gross. Their toast is burnt like sandpaper. It's gross.
What the fuck else did we do in Alaska?
We just chilled.
What's that little tiny antique shop?
Yeah.
That was cool. There's some cool stuff there. They had like, a lot of like old toys that I liked. I like that shit, like old toys from like the 60s and 70s and shit.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
I don't know. I feel like at least my goal for Alaska was to relax, and I feel like I accomplished that.
Yeah, we rested. It was a very peaceful vacation.
Just chilled. Had a few cocktails here and there.
Yeah, there was one night where I drank heavily and just like it just wasn't hitting me.
Yeah, for some reason my tolerance went up in Alaska.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Like the booze wasn't working, but the weed was working really well.
Yeah.
Like I was taking before. So on the last night, like we did the hot springs. We went back, cleaned up the cabin, like packed up, made sure we were fully ready to go, and then just like laid around for a little bit before going to the airport, and then like stopped and got dinner on the way there. And then like I had a water bottle of vodka that I had brought with me to the airport, and I was like, I drank the entire thing before getting on the plane. I was only drunk from like going through security. I was drunk, and then it wore off.
Was it on the way back that I almost threw up violently? Or was it on the way there? That
was on the way there when your stomach was really fucking with you.
Yeah, I've never gotten motion sickness like that. I think it was those loud ass children. Yeah. And that screwdriver messed me up because I swear I thought I was gonna die.
I forgot you made a drink.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna die. This plane was landing. I was like, get me the fuck off of this plane.
Yeah, you looked like you were really struggling. Yeah. I felt so bad.
It was horrible. I felt like I was gonna pass out, die, and vomit.
Well, there was the one night I had to pull over the car so that you could throw up.
Why are you putting my business out? What the hell was that?
The night we stopped because I wanted to try the sushi in Alaska. Like on the way to the sushi restaurant.
Wait. You're talking about in Alaska?
Yeah.
When did I throw up in Alaska?
You had me pull over so you could get out and throw up. It was like the one time the alcohol actually worked. It just made you sick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Oh my God. On the way back, our first flight going from Fairbanks to Seattle, we were next to each other. I was having a rough time. Like, I don't know. I was like kind of like borderline like hungover from like the booze wearing off. And then like when we got to Seattle, I was just like, this is absolutely fucking horrible. Like I cannot wait to just not be traveling right now. Like I just want to get back to my house.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, the 2 airplane thing.
Yeah, I mean,
makes it worse.
If
it was just a straight flight, it wouldn't be that bad.
If I had enough nips and Xanax to get me through it, like that would help. Like Xanax is the best thing for flying, because like you just take a little bit of Xanax, mix it with a little bit of alcohol, and it's like all of a sudden you're there, and you're like, oh, cool.
That didn't work for me.
Well, you didn't take any. You took yours at the Santa Claus house. But also, we didn't have enough. We needed more.
Yeah.
2 each, like, is not enough.
That's nowhere near enough.
Yeah, like, that's like one...
That's like 1 hour.
Yeah, like, I took 2... Well, they were Ativan. So, like, for me, Ativan, like, the sweet spot is 4. Like, if I'm flying, I need 4 Ativan and a few cocktails. I'm fucking good to go. Well, except on the way to Colorado with Austin that time, we took 4 each, and then I was drinking Bud Light. He was drinking Bombay. He gave me a couple of his Bombay nips too. Like we smoked on the car ride there, and like we were so fucked up when we got off the plane in Colorado that like we went to get on the moving sidewalk thing because we're like we can't walk through the airport right now. we were so fucked up it almost knocked us over. Like our legs like flew out from underneath us when we got on it. But then also the Denver airport's confusing to get out of if you've never been there before. So
I feel like everybody's fucked up in Denver.
And like we couldn't figure out how to get out of the airport. So I'd like stumble over to this cop with a fucking assault rifle and be like, hey, how the fuck do we get out of here?
Wait, a cop with an assault? Where?
In the Denver airport.
They have that there?
Yeah, some airports. Sometimes you'll see a cop with like a fucking like, I don't know what kind of gun they use, but they got a fucking like hefty one, like a military style gun.
I used to be so scared of the dogs.
Well,
but they're not looking for that. I realized.
Yeah. Well, also okay. So when I was waiting for my bag when we got back, there was one section that had like 2 or 3 cops standing at it with a dog and a bunch of bags that were like off in the corner. And my bag, which wasn't coming around the belt, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, are they really going to give me a hassle for the little bit of weed we brought back? But no, I was just at the wrong fucking belt. I was at the wrong baggage claim belt. So, like, my bag's just going around in circles, like, 20 feet behind me.
I feel like baggage claim is a scam. That's why I just use a carry-on and fit my whole life in there.
I just, like, I have my big-ass jacket. Like, it's the same jacket I wear to work now. It was, like, a thick-ass Carhartt. And then I had, like, 2 pairs of those, like, lined Carhartt pants. And I was, like, I didn't want to... Also, I didn't wear my boots for the flight. Like, I brought sneakers to wear for the flight. Because I'm not trying to be uncomfortable. And those snow boots I bought fucking sucked. I was so mad. One of them just kept coming unzipped. They looked like little kid snow boots.
Yeah, they did.
But they were like full grown men sized. So like, well, because I looked at the website and they had this one pair that I was really excited.
Where'd you get it?
That place Sierra in Danbury. It's like an outdoor store. But they were having like some sort of clearance sale. So they had very little things in the fucking store. Like, I don't know if maybe they're going out of business or like that location's closing or if they were just getting rid of everything to start fresh after Christmas. But I should have gone somewhere else or like ordered a pair online because the ones I got I was just not happy with. I got some of the stuff on Amazon, like our liner socks and stuff.
No, I'm talking about your shoes because you said mine were nice.
That's you got yours?
Yeah.
I gotta look. I'm probably just gonna give those to Goodwill and buy a different pair instead because I hated those. Also, one of them just kept coming unzipped the whole time. Yeah,
they do look like little. I wasn't trying to be rude.
I told you they did, and you were like, no. They just look like boots. I'm like, no, they look like a fucking child's boots.
I wasn't trying to be rude, but like, remember when your mom would bundle you up to build an igloo or something? Yeah. It was like that.
Yeah,
and they were. Did you used to have the snow overalls?
Yeah, the snow pants that were full on overalls.
It looked like it would have went with that outfit.
Yeah, it would have. But I had a lot of stuff just because like I make sure that like I'm as comfortable as possible when I'm traveling. Like if I'm gonna be on an airplane, like I think it's insane how like back in the day people used to wear like fucking full suits to get on an airplane, like dress all nice. They would wear
suits everywhere.
But like that was my mom was telling me like back in the day, like when they were young, like it was like the thing, like you got dressed up to get on an airplane.
Yeah.
That's so fucking dumb.
Because wealthy people used airplanes.
Who gives a fuck? See how wealthy people dress these days?
Well, back in the day, people used to have to dress up everywhere.
Yeah, that sucks too.
Why?
Because
back in the day, men actually had style. Like, just saying.
Well.
I don't know. I just feel like style has changed for so much worse.
I don't know. Like, if I'm not doing anything where I need good pockets, I'm wearing sweatpants. Like, I'm trying to be comfy. I don't go fuck who I'm disappointing, who's not happy with how I look. Like, I'll walk into a fancy restaurant in sweatpants and a hoodie and be like, yo, give me some fucking food.
But wearing cool or fancy or dressing up doesn't make you feel good about yourself?
I look good in that suit I wore to the wedding, but, like, other than that, like, I'm not trying to look nice. Like, I'm trying to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I want to wear tie-dye and something comfy, like...
I miss going out in pajamas, but now I feel like I'm too grown for that. Like, I'm not in high school anymore.
So, who cares? Get your Cookie Monster pajama pants, get a pack of Newports, go fight some bitch.
I don't smoke Newports anymore.
I haven't smoked a Newport in a long time.
Those are rough.
Yeah, they are. I think last time I smoked a Newport, I bummed one off someone outside of a concert afterwards. And I was like, oh, is that a Newport? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, oh. I don't want to take it, but I will.
Listen, I could be going through the worst nicotine withdrawals to ever exist. I would not smoke a Newport. I wouldn't. It would make me violently throw up. Like, honestly, it's so disgusting.
There are certain times Newport is good. Like,
when?
You got a little Colombian marching powder in you. Newport. That's top notch.
Definitely not.
You're over here just chewing into the microphone, aren't you?
Sorry, guys.
No, that's what they want to hear. They don't want to listen to my ramblings. They just want to listen to you chew. Trying to think of what else. Oh my god, that little kid in the airport.
Oh my god. Okay, let me tell a story. So we were sitting on the floor, like I was sitting on the floor of the airport. He was standing up.
I had sat down at that point.
I don't know. I guess we were just both in a bad mood, but not like in a bad mood, just kind of like tired.
We were just done with like what we were dealing with, like the traffic and everything.
So this little kid was screaming and yelling in the airport, and someone said under their breath, "Oh, shut up," right? So this little kid comes over to me. This toddler, like, couldn't have been more than 2 or 3 years old, comes up to me and looks me up and down and crosses his arms and walks away like I said it. It's like, buddy, that was not even me who was talking shit.
Oh, that was so fucking funny.
How do you get confused about that? Like, it was obviously you who said it. Like, oh, shut up. Like, let him be.
He was loud as fuck. I didn't want to listen to that. I'm trying to eat my croissant in peace.
I don't know. I feel like airplanes need to be 18 up.
We almost missed our flight leaving JFK. Remember that? Remember we were sitting there and then I heard my name?
Oh, yeah.
So I got up and they're like, they're all waiting for you. Like, they want to, like, this flight was about to leave. I was like, oh, shit. All right. Like, the second we got on the plane, I was just, like, immediately, like, uncomfortable. So I was like, all right. Time for a little...
Wait, was that when we were doing the nips?
Yeah, that's when we were... Remember we, like, sat where we got food for a little bit, and then I heard them say they were about to start boarding, but they didn't do it by, like, group or anything.
Yeah.
They just, like, started... Like, they said they were going to start boarding soon, and they started boarding fast.
I don't know. Maybe we just got distracted or something.
I don't know. We were talking and drinking and having a good time, so... You know what's interesting? I've noticed people, like, don't want to sit near the bathrooms on planes. They, like... I understand because, like, you know, you're next to people using a bathroom and there's no fresh air available. But, like, I hate having
Where would there be fresh air on a plane?
No, that's what I mean. You're on a plane and then you're also next to a bathroom.
Oh, I thought you meant just because of the seats.
No. But, like, I feel like I wouldn't mind sitting near the bathroom because then, like if you're drinking on a plane, you're going to have to pee more often than, like, a lot of the other people. So, like, I wouldn't mind having to get up, go to, like, be right there so I don't have to get up, like, walk down the aisles, especially, like, imagine, like, you're walking, you hit turbulence, you just, like, fucking headbutt someone by accident. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, these planes are so small. For what?
I don't know.
They're so tiny.
When me and Austin were on our way to Florida last winter, I had to use the bathroom. Like, I was pretty drunk, and, like, I was trying to hit my vape without, like, the old Asian lady next to me, like noticing, because she kept looking at me when I would try to do it. I was like, this lady doesn't seem like she'd be cool about this. And so I get up to go to the bathroom, and I see it, the back ones are full, and there's ones on the front, because there was, like, I don't think there was any first class on that plane. So I just, like, I go up to the front ones, and, like, I go to walk in, and there's just some old guy taking a shit. Like, door unlocked. It wasn't even fully closed. And I just walked in on this, like, 80-year-old man shitting on the fucking plane. I was like, first of all, like, when you're that old, you gotta have some respect. Don't poop on the plane. Like,
why?
When you're that old...
What if he has to go?
Wear a diaper. No, just don't... Like, don't shit on a plane. Just try your best. Don't shit on a plane. Especially when you're that old. Like, old people, old man shits, those are the worst.
Okay, why are you being vulgar? That's so, like...
What do they expect from me? What do they expect from me? But yeah, if you're gonna be
just
like,
lock the door.
Yeah, lock the door, dog.
Like you don't know what people are doing in the bathrooms. They could be doing multiple things. Just lock it.
And I just stumbled in, 'cause I was pretty drunk at that point, and I just opened the door, and started walk. I was partially in the door already when I realized there was a guy in there, and then I had to awkwardly stand there with the flight attendants and wait for him to leave because I had to pee really bad, and I was just I'm just gonna stand here. It's I was I'm not walking all the way back to my fucking seat.
What happens if you have to use the bathroom really bad on an airplane and it's used?
You wait. You just have to stand there and wait.
But what if you can't hold it? There needs to be. Why is there 2 bathrooms for 200 people?
I don't know. Also, if you're fucking flying, when you land, if you're in the back, don't fucking try to get out right away. It goes row by fucking row. All right? Anyone who doesn't do that, go fuck yourself. Because that is the most frustrating thing about flying. You saw how angry I was.
The most frustrating thing is everyone's trying to get up at once.
Well, that's the thing. You go row by row.
And someone's ass is in your
sit
face.
in your
and
fucking
it's all...
seat. Wait till the row in front of you starts getting out, and then slowly get up. Don't just the second the plane stops moving, you're just up getting your shit because then you're in everyone's way. Fucking relax a little bit.
And then everyone's reaching up for their bags and it falls on your head or some shit.
Oh my god. I out loud was there's gotta be a better fucking way to do this. I was getting so mad because I was so done with being on airplanes when we got back to JFK. I was just so done with everything at that point. I was not, because also I drank before we got on the first flight, and then by the time that flight even took off, I had sobered up. So I was just annoyed.
Yeah. I was trying to hit my wax pen and it was it wasn't even getting me high. I was just getting frustrated. I was drinking and after the second sip I was okay, just knock me out already.
Yeah. Well, I bought that Dream Water but then didn't drink it because I started watching something and then that ended and I started watching something else and then after a while I was just sitting there uncomfortable.
Yeah, I had to sit in the middle of 2 dudes.
Yeah, so did I. Because I don't know why they didn't usually when you fly, at least with JetBlue, you get to pick your seat.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
that was annoying. I kept trying to go to sleep and by accident I put my head on the dude next to me. I was sorry, bro.
Oh my god.
My head just kind of, I don't know. I needed to go to bed. I was snoring, my mouth was open.
I looked over at one point and she was I couldn't hear, but I'm assuming that's what it sounded like. Your mouth was just wide open.
I was tired. I don't know. It's better than the other guy I sat next to the last time I went on an airplane.
You talking about me?
No, this dude I flew with. I sat next to this random guy and he was watching stuff he shouldn't have been near me.
Was he just straight up watching porn?
He was watching porn. He was on some website. I don't even know what it was. And I'm not going to say the specifics of it, but he was chatting with things he shouldn't have been chatting on. Yeah.
Oh my god. You can't do that in public.
Yeah, when someone's sitting this close to you. Are you serious?
Yeah, who watches porn on a plane? I can't even. I feel if I'm watching a movie and I don't know what's in the movie and a sex scene comes on and I'm watching it on the fucking little TV on the back of the seat, I am so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because everybody here thinks I'm a fucking creep now.
He was on an ad. It was kind of like Craigslist, but for women, online. But cam stuff. So it was why are you doing that in front of me? I was probably 16 at the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
That's terrible.
And he was cursing and yelling the whole time with the flight attendants. He was let me get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. He was just a mess.
On my way back from Florida, they cut me off after 2 beers.
Good.
I drank my first 2 beers in 20 minutes. And which really isn't that fast. For 2 beers.
I would cut you off.
And I asked for
You should have been cut off in Alaska.
I asked for a 3rd beer and the lady was I think we're all out. I was oh, well, it doesn't have to be. Okay. I was it doesn't have to be Bud Light. Just whatever booze you got, I'll take something. She's yeah, I don't think we have any more. I was just that's not true. There's no way. There's no more alcohol left on this plane. That just doesn't happen. But I mean, yeah, Alaska was a really great time.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. We relaxed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of want to move there eventually.
Yeah, we should.
I don't know. I have a way of doing that with places I travel to. 'Cause
Yeah.
It seems so much better than
every time
our
I go,
shitty ass area.
Yeah, every time I go somewhere new, I'm like, oh, I should live here.
Yeah.
Except the first time I ever went to New Haven. First time.
Okay. All right. Who would ever say, "Let me relocate to New Haven"?
Did you just unplug your mic?
Does it work?
Let me turn mine off and see if yours is working.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's working.
But who would ever say, New Haven looks like a nice place to raise the kids.
Last time we were in New Haven, we watched a dead body get loaded into him. Like
New Haven's definitely interesting.
Yeah, there was a really bad accident outside of La Quinta, and because Joey left before us because he had to go to work, and he texts us. He's like, "Yo, like the IKEA next door or whatever that is. Yeah, it's IKEA, right?"
Yeah.
So at the IKEA, he's like, "Dude, there's like a car that's like all like burnt up and like flipped over," and I was like, "Holy shit!" And then we look out our hotel room window because we had a little bit before we had to leave, and there was like a horrific accident outside the hotel. I guess like kind of early in the morning or something, and like we were watching like the dead bodies get like loaded up into like with the thing that takes them to the morgue, and I was like, oh, that's a terrible way to start your day looking at that. I mean, it's worse for the people who were hurt and killed and their families and whatever, but like we had to see it.
Yeah.
That put a damper on the day.
Yeah, New Haven's definitely a place.
I remember me and Austin were in New Haven to see Twiddle at Westville, the outdoor venue, and I didn't have enough space on my phone to re-download Uber. Austin's phone was dead, and my phone was gonna die soon. So we like followed like a bunch of people who were walking somewhere to like some pizzeria. I don't even know what it was. Pizza was alright. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but I also was pretty.
New Haven has
up.
great pizza.
Well, the place I took you to was really good.
Where?
In New Haven. Modern.
Oh.
I like that place a lot. But we so we go to this pizzeria. Like I call a cab. Austin was drunk, so he hung it up because he thought it was funny. And I was like, dog, we don't know where we are. We don't know how to get back to the hotel from here. But like it was pretty funny. But so like we were just like, all right, we know it's in that direction, and like we'll be able to figure it out like after a while. We know it's like 45 minutes away if we walk. So we started walking, and eventually like I told the cab driver that I was on the phone with like what pizzeria we were in front of. And then so like a little while later, we're just like walking down this like pitch black street. Like there's like no lights on or anything. And the cab driver pulls up and he's like, "Are you John?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Get in the car." And I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks, man." And we get in. He's like, "What are you doing walking in this neighborhood in the dark alone, just the two of you?" And we're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "This is a terrible neighborhood." And then like a couple weeks later, I drove through that neighborhood with Joey when we went to see Goose in New Haven. And like all the windows were boarded up on all these houses. And I was like, "Oh, this definitely isn't a good spot to be like late at night with like just like unsupervised, no one else with us, just like two fucking drunk small guys."
Yeah.
But we survived. I think that's pretty much everything about Alaska. Like I don't think we went to that good barbecue place.
Well, I'm sure it was good for you.
Yeah. She doesn't eat meat. And I took her to get barbecue.
Yeah. But real considerate.
You said it was okay.
Okay, because there was nothing else except seafood.
I wanted to get... There was that one restaurant that had like all these things, all of my like a bunch of my favorite seafood items on the menu. And I wanted it so bad, but it was also expensive. And it was already such an expensive trip to begin with. It was like $1,200 each.
That's not too bad.
Just for like... Okay, that's the most expensive vacation I've ever taken.
That you've paid for, probably.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but vacation is way more expensive. It was one of my cheapest vacations.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That was Alaska. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll go back. Next time we'll get to see the Northern Lights. Next time we'll be a little bit more prepared.
I was prepared.
No, I mean, I won't fuck up the rental car situation. You know. Maybe next time we go, we'll somehow have enough money to fly first class.
Maybe.
That would be nice, because I don't want to listen to some fucking musty-ass kids scream on the plane. Like, I want to be able to be comfortable. That's the only reason I want to fly first class is for the physical comfort level. I don't like airplane seats. I do kind of enjoy flying, because like the whole like getting fucked up and like at the airport and then getting on the plane and just like drinking on the plane, like watching movies. It's fun. I like the excitement of getting where you're going.
Yeah,
I like that part a lot. But I think that's all we've got for this episode.
Time to go to bed.
It is time to go to bed.
It is. It's late.
Oh my god, it's already 10. I gotta go to bed soon, actually. I got work in the morning. But hope you enjoyed hearing about our trip to Alaska. And yeah.
All right, peace out.
Peace out, Girl Scout.